A report by Punchbowl News on Tuesday says that Sean Hannity helped create an ad for Donald Trump's campaign in the final months of the presidential campaign in 2020. But the ad was so terrible that the only place they were actually willing to run it was on Hannity's program on Fox News. And the reason they chose to even do that was because, as Punchbowl reported, you had all these internal communications. Trump allegedly loved the ad. Hannity, of course, loved the ad and approved it, they said in internal communications. So in order to appease Trump and Hannity and make them think that the ad was running, they actually ran it on Hannity's show so both of them, Trump and Hannity, would see that the ad is out there. And they thought that would be enough to, quiet them down about this $1.5 million ad. Here is from Punchbowl. Let me read this. Multiple internal campaign emails referred to the spot simply as Hannity. Another referred to it as the Hannity written spot. POTUS has not yet approved, but Hannity has, read one email. Hannity said, "This is our best spot yet," another campaign aide wrote. Inside the campaign, the spot was mocked mercilessly, mostly because of the dramatic, over-the-top language and a message that seemed to value quantity over quality. The report notes that Trump loved the ad, but officials in his campaign disliked the fact that it was not only bad, but also the fact that the campaign was bleeding cash at the time and it was a waste of resources. So again, they paid $1.5 million for this thing to run during Sean Hannity's program. Sean Hannity has issued a statement, denied any involvement whatsoever in this. In fact, his statement said, "The world knows that Sean Hannity supports Donald Trump, but my involvement specifically in the campaign, no. I was not involved that much. Anybody who said that is full of expletive deleted." Okay, you weren't involved in the campaign that much? So you were involved with the campaign. Talk about burying the lead here, everybody. We know that Donald Trump and Sean Hannity were friends. We know they spoke on the telephone frequently. But if Sean Hannity was actively working with or for the Trump campaign, I think that's something that we need a little more detail about. Because after all, Hannity, multimillionaire, his time is valuable. A guy who, proselytizes for a living, his words have value. And if you ever provide something of value to a campaign, that's considered an in-kind campaign contribution. And if it exceeds a certain amount, you can suddenly find yourself on the wrong side of campaign finance laws. Now, if Hannity was compensated for his time, basically acting as an outside advisor, maybe ad writer, if he was actually paid for that and he reported it and the campaign reported it, cool, there's actually nothing wrong with that, except, of course, for the ethics of Hannity working for a major news outlet, but also working for a campaign. Any other outlet like that? Well, I can't even say any other outlet would fire you because look at Chris Cuomo and Andrew Cuomo. So, there's that, which would probably fall under the same guidelines as Chris Cuomo helping his brother craft defenses to the allegations against him. Wouldn't that also possibly be a violation? What the hell is going on with the damn media here in the United States? That's the question we need to be asking. And not enough people are. That is why people are turning away from this crap. Maybe not as much as they should, but really, you should. The cable news is trash. I don't care who you're watching. I don't care what you're watching. I don't care where you're watching it. Cable news is trash. And this story is just another example as to why it is trash.